About 10 years ago, I fell in love with a hippie. A real, honest-to-goodness, tree-hugging massage therapist of a hippie. She would often use the word energy as both a noun and a verb, and often in the same sentence. She made her own lip balm. Yeah, her own lip balm out of weeds that she picked out of Central Park. Metaphysical explanations of the world were very, very important to her. Things like astrology and tarot cards and healing crystals and pendulums were very important to her. In fact, she used pendulums in her work as a massage therapist as a means of locating or dowsing problem areas and then realigning, I don't know, something about chakras and then some kind of harmony. Look, I don't know. The day she told me that, I called bullshit. She said a lot of far-out woo-woo things over the years, and all of it just rolled off my back. But this was just one mumbo-jumbo too many. Having a girlfriend who relied so heavily on esoteric explanations of the world did create challenges, but it did not get in the way of creating a loving relationship. I loved her very much. But this one time, on this one day, about this stupid pendulum, I just couldn't let it go. And I have to stop here for just a moment, and I need to drop some science on you. Because I'm about to explain to you how I was a horrible boyfriend, and I need to supply some context. Feel free to take notes. Arthur C. Clarke once wrote that any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. However, the pendulum is only advanced technology to someone in the Bronze Age. Research done in the use of pendulums and Ouija boards, for that matter, have found an unconscious muscular activity called the ideomotor effect. Research done by the English scientist Michael Faraday. Yeah, that Faraday, as in the Faraday cage Faraday. The French chemist Monsieur Eugène Chevreul and the physician William Benjamin Carpenter have each independently and conclusively proven that many phenomena attributed to spiritual or paranormal forces or to mysterious energies are actually due to this ideomotor action. It was clear to me that she did not understand the science involved, which is fine. I expected that. But it's one thing to not understand the science. It's another thing entirely to try and pass off what is essentially a magic trick to a magician. And now back to my hippie girlfriend. You have to understand that all this information was just rolling around in my brain as the woman that I loved was trying to convince me, her skeptic, science-minded boyfriend, of the health and healing benefits of a pretty weight tied to the end of a string. I kind of went crazy. I needed to make her understand just how very wrong she was. I argued that the pendulum would not move if no one was touching it. She maintained that it would move because it was reacting to energies. And then I got an idea. An awful idea. I created an actual experiment we could do. I attached her pendulum to a fixed point, one that could not be manipulated by outside forces or human interaction. She laid underneath it, 3 inches over her 6th chakra, often attributed with clear vision. I readied my stopwatch because I needed to record the results. You cannot gloat unless you have measurable results. And then we wait. 30 seconds. No movement. 1 minute. Nothing. At 2 full minutes, without the slightest suggestion of motion, I begin to rehearse my sanctimonious "I told you so" speech in my head. At 3 minutes, she begins to angle her head ever so gently, as if she's trying to tune a very delicate AM radio station. At 4 minutes, she begins bobbing her head back and forth like maybe 3 inches is just way too great a chasm to pick up energies. And then at 5 full minutes, she starts to cry. And I no longer wanted to be right. In fact, I very desperately wanted to be wrong about everything. You see, I know that there are no metaphysical answers to the world, because science proves that to me. But I got to that on my own time, doing my own research. The deep sob of a woman that I loved was a powerful wake-up call. 3 years later, when we broke up, it had nothing to do with our wildly disparate beliefs. We had just grown apart. She's still one of my dearest friends to this day, actually. I learned a lot from her. I learned that science is not a weapon. I learned that homemade lip balm is actually quite wonderful. And I learned that I have an insatiable need to be right about everything. But what I know now is I will never do so at someone else's expense. Also, she still uses the damn pendulum, so, there's that.